So welcome to the second part, that is the diversity in biotic environment and species relationship. And a quick revision of the last lecture, the part one, we were talking about intraspecific relationship, that is between the organisms of the same species, and interspecific, that is between two different species. And the factors influencing intraspecific relationship is reproduction, competition, social and communal assistance, parental care. So we have already covered most of these, and we will talk about different type of the communal relationship and the assistance. So social and communal relationship and assistance. So some animals, they are solitary and some are gregarious. So, the interactions can be found between two or more individual animals, usually among the member of the same species, when they form groups. Often they are referred to as herd. Now, animals in a herd, they cooperate in sexual or the parental behavior. They engage in aggression over territory and to compete for mates. Complex societies are characterized by division of labor, cooperation, altruism, and different types of courtship and reproductive behaviors. You can see a picture like the macaque society. You can see that the young ones are they basically learning from the elders, okay, the senior members of the community. So this is one example how the relationship among the members, okay, of different age groups also, it matters for the sustenance of the group. Now, the size of the herd may be confined to members of a single family, being represented by father, mother, few grown children with the grandparents and cousins, forming vast collection of animals of all ages and sexes. May be composed of a single male and number of females. Okay, so the sea lion, you can see the bull and the harem. So here, you can see there's a one, the alpha, the male, single male, and number of females. So that makes a kind of a herd, a group. You can see a single male and number of females also in many of the primates, like chimps. Okay, sometimes you may see it may be entirely female groups, like spotted hyena, okay, crocuta in African savanna. Females are controlling the roost. That is very common. And so all entirely female groups are also can be found. And female deers making a group in the non-breeding season. So they have a very interesting, this scenario where, the all male groups, all female groups, and during the reproductive season or breeding season, they come together. You can see here the entirely male groups. Okay, so this is a quite common deer population. And during the breeding season, they come together, male, females, intermingle. Now, some herd can be transitory. Members split up, members come together for protection, shelter, reproduction, again split up. So you can find this in the bison, wild cattle, goats, caribou, black buck deer, etc. Okay, it's a like a bison. So you can see that this is quite common, that the herds are transient and breaks up, splits up. Again, they make a group and so on. And even during the migrations, many of the wild cattle, they form a group and then they split up. Okay, in the wild goats, it's quite common. Black buck deer, you will find this type of the temporary herds are formed. Okay, so breeding season, non-breeding season, you will find all male groups, all female group, mixed group. This is the one of the black buck deer sanctuary in Maharashtra in Rayakuri. There are others also where you can go and see this type of the community behavior, and like in the Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu, there are many. So herd of the black buck deer, you will find they also maintain a territory. So herd animals has no fixed home, but they demarcate their territory often by pheromone, as I mentioned, like the volatile, the hydrocarbon, by area till sound intensity audible. Like you can find the many of the primates, they beat their, the chest, and the sounds sound starts echoing, and till the distance the sound is audible, that is the, the mark of the territory. So auditory, the limit, then the pheromone, the olfactory, the distribution limit, and sometimes the boundary of a vegetation of ecotype marks the boundary of a herd. Territories can be different for foraging activity. Territories can be for breeding activity. Many times you will find for breeding activity, there's a different type of, the place, geographical area is chosen. Sometimes for foraging, that is called for food procurement, there's a different type of territories are there. Okay, so you can see that they're marking the territory, by many of the tree bark, you can see that the marking, although they sharpen their antlers, but also in a way they are also marking their territory, and also advertise their presence. If you look at the hippocampus, the heart of hippocampus make their headquarters in a gently flowing river. They spend a whole day resting and attending the young ones. After dark, they come to land in search of food and roam about in their own loop of land. That particular territory belongs to that individual and its family. Other hippos, they stay away. So seal and walrus herds have their favored, the breeding grounds where they resort year after year. They persistently come to the same spot. Okay, so you can see the territory for breeding is different from the territory for non-breeding or non-reproductive purpose. You can see the same is the case with the walrus. Territories are different from breeding. Also, you can find many of the birds, and many times, the migration occurs for the breeding purpose. They come long distance, like, the several thousand kilometers, and then, they found the place which is, the suitable for the breeding and raising the young ones many times. Okay, so there are some rules and customs of the herds, a system by which an individual's importance is established. Some members physically stronger establish authority over the others, and they lead. So the ranking is very, very important in the many of the herds. There's somebody, like sort of elected or nominated, like in human scenario, but they are sometimes physical strength is there, sometimes experience is there. And that is also another interesting piece of like research, that how the rankings are made. And mutual attributes of hard life. This is the first thing comes with the mutual protection. If you remain in a group, then you can have enhanced protection to each and every member. Like old and strong members, forms a circle, sensing an attack from the predator, keeping females and young ones at the center. The males occupy the position of the periphery. In the case of dolphin, push weaker members of the herd out of the circle, offering the attacking predator, a kind of sacrifice for the survival of the rest of the members. Attributes of hard life, the second attribute is the food procurement. It's a joint effort. Members can hunt together. Many times, larger the size of the herd, plentiful is the food. You can see spotted hyena attacking an African buffalo. So you can see it's a joint effort of like a predation and also foraging. So okay, you can see the case of the lion. The lioness find out the prey. Lion chase from the other end. Prey comes closer to the lioness and get captured in ambush. Benefits of hard life: safety from predators, access to mates, and help in finding food. Can take down the prey bigger than their own size with less risk and effort. Working together can also help them find more food. And so you can see the group activity, like when they are drinking, say so all are drinking. Okay, this type of the very disciplined like the group you may not find in human also. And then the when they stop, all others will stop. Whether it's drinking water or walking, or so when they decide to rest, they will rest. So some other type, coming to the assistance type. The more the members show assistance to other members of the same species, the survival the increases, and natural selection favors such type of behavior. Mongoose, they support the elderly, sick, or injured. It's a very interesting case. Lemurs of all ages and of both sexes will take care of the infants unrelated to them, genetically unrelated, but they will take care of the infants which are not related to them. Elephants assist the elderly, the sick, or the injured. Okay, they will always stop when they are moving, and they spend time and show their effort they to help the elderly or even the sick, or sometimes every infant which is stuck they will try to they help. That doesn't question doesn't arise question doesn't arise that whether they belong to their biological parent or not. This is something I'd like to bring to your attention, that the walruses have been seen adopting orphans who lost their parents to predators. So this is an article you can read, and this is something to do with the climate change also. Many herd animals are migratory, and animals that move in herds are usually migratory. As the season change, they move their herds. Traveling in herds protects them from predators. When they move in the group, you have a better protections. And these animals may not have a permanent habitat, and most of the time they are in migrations. Caribou over wintering, leads them to leave and find shelter. And again, they come back when the season changes. Herding has its advantage and disadvantage also. All the time, we have been talking about advantages. Quickly, again, we can repeat that is the predator hesitates to attack a large herd. And on the other hand, the disadvantage is that if the size of the the herd is group is very, very big, then they're easily spotted by the predator. That's also disadvantage. And advantage is that when there are many in a group, the predators will have to think that how they will attack. It is not very easy to attack. And one of the disadvantages are the diseases quickly spread. Okay, since animals and groups stay in close proximity to each other, interact frequently, so infectious diseases and parasites spread much more easily in a herd than other solitary living animals. Interspecific relationship in a eusocial groups. Okay, in insect, the highly evolved social organizations can be found on the basis of morphological differentiation and different division of labor. Individuals attain different identity, and there are reproductive individuals we can sometimes call queen or workers, then soldiers and so on, and like reproductive individuals called drone and the males. This is a terminology in the honeybee group which we use, and you can see the different type of morphological modification. So ranking is basically it's developmentally and genetically determined. So in a termite colony, you can see that there are different types of individuals with a different type of division of labor or the job to do. And now coming to the altruism. Altruism is found in organisms where individual performing an action at a cost to themselves. It refers to behavior by an individual that increases the fitness of another individual while decreasing the fitness of the actor. Altruists risk their life to help others. Okay, so this is a the picture shows a meerkat, suricata suricata. So often you will see that they are guarding the group that from any side the predators are approaching or not, and many times they fall prey to the predator while saving others. Okay, so they give warning signal, alarm signal, and many times they lose their lives. So they are called altruists. Okay, and example of altruist also found in the primates and like apes. So male baboons like threaten predators and cover the rear as the troop retreats. You can see in the barbet monkeys, they give alarm call to warn fellow monkeys of the presence of predator, even though in doing so, they attract attention to themselves, increasing their personal risk, chance of being attacked. Altruism also is found in termites, okay? So, and ants, where they release a sticky secretion by fatally rupturing the specialized gland. Now, what happened? This is called, the autothysis. So, this type of altruistical behavior, they defend the colony at the expense of the individual insect. When they rupture the special gland, they lose their life. They're dead. But that colony is safe because then the predators do not approach. This is the end of the two parts of my talk. Thank you all and wish you all the best.